What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our 2021 NBA Draft Player Breakdown Series. Today we're going to be talking about a 6'5" shooting guard from UConn in James Bouknight, so let's get into it. So James is a sophomore shooting guard that has really risen up the draft boards here since the start of the college season. He has a number of strengths that he's really utilized and areas of his game that he's improved on to rise up the draft boards. James's biggest strength at the moment is his ability to score the ball. He's really an efficient and high-level scorer at the college level. He really can score at all three levels. He really prefers to get into isolation, one-on-one type game, and score the ball in those ways, where he possesses a number of moves. His biggest move right now would be a step-back jump shot. That's his move that he loves to go to. But he's also shown flashes of the ability to play off the ball and be a catch-and-shoot type guy, which he may have to do a little more at the NBA level. But really, where James is best is when he's scoring the ball. To go along with his scoring ability, he possesses a really tight handle on the ball. He's really a good ball handler, especially at the two-guard spot. And his ball handling ability may allow him at times to maybe not necessarily be a true one, but be a two that can handle the ball and be a secondary ball handler for an NBA team. And he uses his handle, like I said, to score in a number of ways. He can score or is comfortable, going through a pick and roll, splitting the defense in that regard. And just overall, like I said, possesses a good handle for a two guard, which will make him valuable at the NBA level. And the last strength for James that I'll cover in this video is that he's a good athlete. He possesses a really quick first step, which really makes him hard to guard on the offensive side of the floor. He's kind of a sneaky athlete in terms of his bounce. He's definitely not a Zach LaVine or a high flyer like that, but he does at times possess the ability to get above the rim and finish in that regard, which is good to see. He's definitely not, strictly one of these guys who can score the ball in college, but it won't translate to the NBA because of athletic reasons. He's definitely a good enough athlete to make it work at that level. While James has risen up draft boards here since the start of his sophomore year, there are still areas of his game that he needs to improve on if he wants to be a high-impact guy at the NBA level, especially immediately. The biggest thing for him right now is his frame, as he's only 190 pounds. 6'5" is a good height for a two-guard, but 195 pounds just isn't going to cut it, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And so he's going to have to work on putting on weight, which I don't think will be a problem. That's the one thing that NBA teams say they're least worried about when talking about a prospect. So I don't think that should hinder him too much in the long term. Another thing that James needs to work on is his ability to finish at the rim. He struggles, with contact or finishing through contact at the rim. This could be due to his lack of size on the frame and also not being the most explosive athlete. So this is something that should improve as he adds weight, and he'll just have to adjust once he gets to the NBA to that kind of physicality. And then one more area that James needs to work on in his game is being a playmaker and making other players around him better. This college season, he's averaging more turnovers a game than he is averaging assists per game, and that's just strictly not going to cut it at the NBA level. He can't just strictly be a one-on-one isolation score type player, especially if he gets drafted to a playoff level team. They're just going to have players that are better than him at scoring the ball and can do a little more on the offensive side of the ball. So I just think that's an area that he's going to have to clean up and get better at over the offseason and really show teams that he can be a two guard that can, be a secondary playmaker for a team. Overall, I really do like James's game. I think he's a smooth, silky scorer who can do a lot on the offensive side of the ball. I just think that right now, his weaknesses are definitely something that he's going to have to improve on if he wants to be a player that can make an impact at the NBA right away. If not, I think it may take him a couple seasons to really find his footing in the league, which is fine. But he's shown, the jump that he's made from his freshman year to his sophomore year, and he's willing to put in the work, and so I think that bodes well for his future. And I definitely think that he's going to be a lottery pick, and could sneak, maybe into the top 10, depending on how the draft falls and how his workouts go and stuff like that. So those are just kind of my thoughts on James Bouknight. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like and hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.